Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another live, unless you're watching the replay. If you are, welcome to the replay. Today, we're talking about how to revamp your supplements. I'm super excited to talk about this because we had a lot of questions come in over the last weeks, months. I hear this quite often about wasting your money on a number of supplements, having a whole cupboard or pantry full of vitamins, not knowing which to use, what to buy, and it's challenging. It's a challenging thing because there's so much, and with anything like this, unfortunately, there's so much junk on the market. I mean, how else can you say that? There's so much noise, so much nonsense, so much things that you shouldn't be consuming and shouldn't be buying. And I'm here to help out. So let me know in the comments where you're watching from. It's always nice to know where you guys are at. We're going to do a giveaway today because I like to reward those that take action. And I think it's challenging for some people to take action. So I got my morning shake. We just did a whole group coaching call in our private map for our private map members on shakes, smoothies, protein isolates, and meal replacements. So we should probably do something like that in this group. We got a bunch of people in here. Bev is in Montreal, world traveler. Bev was just in Mexico. Now she's in Montreal, and you were somewhere else before that, before Montreal. Good morning, Lorraine. Tracy's in here. My mom's in Pinhold. Michelle says, hanging out with my grandson in Red Deer. You would have passed right by us. Oh, you know what was really cool? Jennifer stopped by with her husband, and we had a nice little tea with her at a local coffee shop. We like to support local. We often go to Candace Cocoa Trees. We really enjoy that spot. So I guess my point is if you guys are coming through town and you want to say hi, especially if you're a MAT member. Miranda's in James River. Rose is watching from Black Falls. Tracy's one of our brand partners and distributors in the Red Deer Sylvan area. If you need product from her, reach out. Or if you're in that area and need product, reach out to her. She'll hook you up. Keisha's in here. And Karen's in here. Awesome. Okay. Miranda says, I'm excited about this. So this show is actually dedicated to Miranda. She had more questions about this in particular. I hope that's okay to mention, Miranda. But when I get questions that come in, I appreciate questions, because if questions didn't come in, I wouldn't know what you guys are asking about. And almost every single time someone has one question, the same question comes in repeatedly. So it's on people's minds, right? So that helps us create content for you, and we appreciate that. So we're going to get into this. You know what was interesting is I have this conversation. So I'm fortunate to be in a community of online coaches, and everyone's working towards one thing, like building your online fitness, nutrition, business, online. And it's really cool. Like, I get a chance to see what other people are doing, get advice. Like, community is everything. That's why when I talk about health, fitness, nutrition, wellness, you need a supportive group that lifts you up, that can get you faster. They can get you there in a shorter amount of time. That changes your environment, changes your mindset. So many benefits. And I have that. I believe that as well. That's why I try to put myself in the environments where I want to grow and flourish. And that's why I try to portray that message to you guys, because I know how important that is to be around a supportive community. Maybe like this one here, we have our MAP membership, for example, but there's other areas where you should be if you want to grow in that area. So, and here's the thing is that I often get this I got this from our coaches, from the coaching staff, that was like, basically say, don't get into supplements. And then I get that from other coaches or trainers that are like, I wouldn't recommend supplements. And then, but there's a point to this story. And then on top of that, they don't believe in supplements. So that's leveling. So they don't think you should be selling supplements, and then you level up and their client shouldn't be taking supplements. And the problem there is that that's the lack of knowledge. And I feel like, I mean, it depends where you go, right? But I feel like you guys have the opportunity to learn from someone who's been doing this for 20 years. And for those, so I understand the coaching aspect. So the coaching aspect, we've been doing this for over 10 years. A lot of times they're working with new people and they're just trying to figure out the fitness business. So they're trying to figure out the fitness business, which is hard. Like, it's a hard grind. I just put this whole write up about how I started in the personal training world. I grew up in the gym, personal training, fitness classes before I transitioned almost over 8 years ago. So close to 10 years, we're going to be 100% online. Besides the sports and conditioning I did with local teams, colleges, etc. But oh gosh, I lost my train of thought. I guess what I was getting at is that, like, so the coaching, they're telling you just focus on fitness, just do one thing because that's hard enough. And then you put another layer on top of that of supplementation. So for us, we have to, so think about budgeting for yourself, right? So you have to budget for yourself. Then you budget maybe for your spouse, kids, family. And then if you have a business, you budget for your employees. On top of that, we're budgeting for inventory. And that's one of the main reasons they tell you to stay away from it, is because of the cost, the financial cost, the time it takes to order product, design product, label, work with manufacturers. Like, that's a whole business. And you'll see that, like, most supplement businesses just do supplements. That's all they do. So I'll get to my point here and we'll jump into the show, is that in most cases, the trainers or coaches, they don't know about supplements. And there's so much junk out there. Their default or go-to is like, just don't take supplements. And I can 100% understand that, because there's so much nonsense out there. And I went through that whole world of your bright blue pre-workout pump and your gosh, I've been out of that world so much. Of course, you have the big giant protein powders that are full of toxins, which are causing a number of health issues, not just immediately, but for in the future as well, which we'll talk about. But there's just so much nonsense. And for someone else that didn't kind of grow up in it, they're trying to figure out fitness, and then they're like, and there's supplementation. My gosh, there's just too much. There's no way they could keep up. And it's true. So I feel like you guys are in good hands here, because I know supplements very well, because I've been doing them for so long. And I can understand when other people, coaches in particular, are like, don't supplement. And I'm like, a younger me would have been like, you have no idea what you're talking about. But a wiser, more experienced me understands that they just lack that knowledge. So that's why they're saying don't take it. If they had knowledge of proper supplementation and they saw what we see from the messages that come in of people appreciating or telling us the benefits and results they've seen to our one-on-one clients, that it's a clear difference, those that are properly supplementing and those that aren't. There's a clear difference. And if you don't have to use supplements to work with us, I should mention that. But those that are taking supplements and those that aren't, there's a clear difference in results. So at any rate, sounds good. Sandy's going to watch the replay. Michelle's in here. Rebecca's in here. Okay. So when it comes to your supplements in particular, I really appreciate you guys that posted your pictures of your supplements, because that gives me a better idea of what, like, I'm a visual person. I'm a visual learner. So I like to see. So with all these questions coming in about supplements in particular, it's hard to navigate or know exactly what you're dealing with. So those of you that posted a picture when I asked, I'm gonna put your name into a draw, and you're all gonna get a chance to win a free bottle of Liquid Mag. So we'll start with that, because I like to reward action. I appreciate you guys helping me out when I ask a question. I almost never ask a question just for likes or just for like algorithms. It's almost always, probably 90% of the time, is to like actually learn and understand what our audience wants and needs and how we can better help you. Zoe's in here and Brienne's in here. Brienne was actually one of the few. We're giving away a free 6-pack of Liquid Mag. We'll put your name into a draw for everyone that does a video. And so far, we've only had 4, and they've all come from our MAT members. So our MAT members are amazing. But thanks to Brienne and the other 3 that posted, you guys have 2 more weeks to post your order, do a video, open it up, post the video. You can talk about our products, and we'll put your name into a draw. That's over $250 value. So I think that's a pretty good offer. So when it comes to supplements in particular, now I'm going to dive in here and I'm just checking my notes here. So the first thing we need to do is have a look at what's in your cupboard. Like, check your inventory. I know that's maybe sounds like an oversimplification, but I heard from so many people that say, I don't even know what's in there, or I got to knock the cobwebs off or dust them off. If you have supplements that are way back in the pantry or in the back of your cupboard and you haven't looked at them for weeks, months, years, there's a very good chance those could be tossed. Now, I do want to mention, I'm not one of those people like Jillian Michaels, or like those ones that are on TV, and of course they're Hollywood based. I don't have a problem with her. I just mean, like, that's a TV show. That's The Biggest Loser. Then people come to us and they're like, how come I'm not losing 20 pounds in 2 days? And I'm like, that's Hollywood. That's not real life. And to be real with you, there's clear research and clear studies from those people that have been on those types of shows gain all their weight back and more. Huge percentages, almost all of them. Because of the environment then they're in, because they have a personal trainer, personal chef, and someone's pushing them to their limit every single day. And then they leave that environment. That's why I talked about environment. So it's so important at the beginning of the show. But you take them out of that environment and put them back into that environment that brought them to, in most cases, morbidly obese. And then what happens? Of course, like, this is fit, healthy, one-on-one coaching, trainers, knowledge, and then back to nothing. Of course they're going to gain weight back. But that's not, like, they don't say this is sustainable. This is going to change your life forever. They say, let's get you the biggest loser, and that's it. And then you gain your weight back, right? In most cases. So I'm not one of those people that's like, this is my point, is that grab a garbage bag, dump all your stuff, all your supplements, like everything in your pantry, throw in the garbage bag, and you're off. That's not what we're about. We want you to sustainably make changes in your life so you can keep them, so they're long term. So it doesn't make sense for me to be like, just go and dump all your supplements in the trash and start all over. That's not what we're about. So I would highly suggest you pull every one of your supplements or vitamins. When I say supplements, I'm talking about your vitamins as well, but pull them all out and put them clearly on the counter so you can go through them and just have a look at them. Like, how long has that been sitting there? Why do you have that one? I'm going to get into some more details as well, but that's the first thing that you got to do is bring it out instead of hiding them back into the back corner. Now, I used to have an entire tackle box full of supplements. That's what they taught us, and I didn't feel very great. Low quality, cheap supplements, not clean ingredients. I didn't know any different. Like, I had that mindset, like most people, all supplements are created the same. That caused health issues for me, which is why I'm so passionate about clean supplements can make a big difference in your life. I actually went full on with supplements, everything I could possibly get my hands on, and then I realized that was doing damage on my body. And then I took a huge step back and removed all supplementation. And I just looked at food. And I still believe food heals, cures, prevents. That's why we have a deep knowledge in not just supplementation, but food in particular. And then I started building back up with the cleanest supplements I could find, with the cleanest ingredients, proper processing, third-party tested, etc. So I went completely like 360 from really low quality supplements to zero supplements and just focusing on food to now food and supplementation was step by step and growing my repertoire or growing my inventory of clean supplements. And we take supplements every day and throughout the day, but we don't have like a pantry or baskets full of supplements. We have a handful of good quality supplements that we take. And I think that's my message for you, is that I'm going to tell you what I would do if I was in your situation. I'm not telling you what you should do. You have to make the best decision for yourself. But I'll tell you what I would do, or what I would probably recommend if I was in your situation, because because I mean, first of all, we all have to make our own decisions. That's A. And B, I'm not here to be like, you should do this. I'm just going to tell you what I would suggest you should probably do, or at least what makes most sense to me from my experience. So if you're not using like if you're not using the supplement, just get rid of it. Like there's no reason for it to hold on to it. I do like we do this. Used to do this with clothes. Like we have a small closet. Dorothy and I actually share one single closet of clothes. Sounds crazy, I know, because people have multiple closets. At any rate, for a different topic. But if I used to say, "Oh, I got to get rid of this T-shirt," and then I'm like, "Oh, I don't want to get rid of it, so but I'm not wearing it, so I should start wearing it." Then I wear it one time, and then never wear it again for months. So I'm like, if I'm not wearing this, I'm just going to get rid of it. And I would suggest with the same with your supplementation. And I'm going to explain why in a second here, but if you're not using it or don't have any plans of using it, if you bought it for a sale, discount years ago, you forgot about it, why is it sitting there? It's just taking up space. You can toss it. That's not exactly wasting money, in my opinion. It's wasting space in your life and in your home. So when it comes to clutter in particular, we're big fans of simplifying. And that's actually that's our word for this year is focus and simplifying. And we talk about this with our MAP members. We asked everyone to pick a word for their year and focus on that. And we do that every year. We pick a new word and then we focus on that. And that brings us back. Any decisions are much more simpler. Simple and focus. Every decision we make is based around that word. And it can change. But for us, we like to focus on that for 1 year, and then next year it's something different. But when we're talking about simplifying your life, there's so much clutter in your life. There's so many things that are unnecessary, from clothing to garages that are filled, basements, rooms, closets. They're filled. They're jam-packed. So, and usually with things that are less than quality, because if they're good quality, you're probably going to use it. Like, the more money I spend on something, the better chance I'm going to use it and use it often. That's just how I feel about spending money. I'm not going to I don't like to spend money on cheap things that I'm not going to use, that's going to break, that's going to, that we have to be replaced very quickly, very easily. I would spend more on better quality that I can keep. That's not going to take up a bunch of space because there's a bunch of them laying around. But when you create space in your life, you allow room for abundance. And I talked about this recently when, I think maybe in the past show, I talked about the negative, on the detox show, I talked about the negative people that are cluttering your life. And then we're like, oh, I don't have friends, or I don't have people to support me. I don't have support at home with my family, friends, coworkers. It's because your life is so jam-packed with clutter and nonsense. And I think how we do one thing is how we do everything. So if you have a basement that you never use full of stuff, that represents other areas of your life. Same thing with your closet. Same thing with your car, like your trunk, your back seat. Why is there junk in there? Like, why is there clutter in there? That is filling up your life with less than the substances that you want. So once you clear that out, you allow room for abundance in your life in other areas. So I would suggest getting rid of those supplements or those vitamins that are just taking up space, and that will allow you room for better quality supplements. And I'm talking about your lifestyle and your mindset as a whole. That's how we live. That's how we teach. It's not just like, okay, get rid of that supplement, throw it in the garbage because I don't want you to use it. It's going to affect your health. That's very surface level. But if you want to go deeper and look at a holistic approach to your lifestyle, improving from the inside out, understand that the less clutter, the less junk you have in your life, the less you're bombarded with that type of stuff. So if you want better quality friends, if you want more financial abundance, if you want to be more successful in whatever realm it is that you're working towards, you need to create space to allow that in first, right? So when you get rid of those supplements or vitamins that are just sitting there, you're probably not using, you allow room or space for better to come in. And your vision will change. You'll say, oh, I actually have some space in my cabinet now. Maybe I'll go to the supplement section and grab something that I need and want, and then I'll start adding that to my cabinet instead. We got Leanne jumped in here, Tasha jumped in here. and we have a audience behind the camera. Hi, baby. How are you? Okay, let me know how that's hitting home in the comments. You can hit the heart button if you enjoyed that first little segment, or let me know in the comments that that is beneficial to you. So my next segment here is explaining that name brands are probably something that you should start paying attention to. So when we go to the grocery store, we start to look at name brands. So when we first start working with our clients, they'll say it takes much longer to grocery shop because they're not just grabbing anything and tossing it in their cart. Now they're looking for better quality ingredients. They're could be looking for macros. If we're like, grab a Greek yogurt that has 20 grams of protein or whatever it is. So now you're looking at macros, you're looking at cleaner ingredients, and it's taking longer to start shopping and get your groceries. But we are providing a grocery shopping list so you know exactly what you're buying, and then you go and prepare or use those exact foods so you actually save money on the back end instead of buying stuff you're not going to use, you're going to waste, throw away. Again, this lifestyle approach that we're talking about. So when you're going to the supplement section, I gotta tell you this one time, I'll tell you this real quick. I went to the pharmacy and I just wandered down the supplement or the vitamin aisle, the vitamin supplements, and I just wanted to see what they had, and I was so overwhelmed. I looked and I was like, and I hadn't been in there in months, maybe years, and I was like, what is all this junk? And I just looked at this endless supply of all these vitamins, and I was like, how could anyone sift through this? And I'd actually watched a few people come to the aisle and they'd look around and they'd pick up different bottles and then they'd put them back on the shelf and walk away because they were overwhelmed. They had no idea what to buy. And that's the challenge, is that you go to a place like that and unfortunately they don't have the best quality in mind. They don't have the best there's no other way to say it. They have their margins in mind. Like, they need to keep their store open, and they'll bring on products that give them the best margins. So what I mean by that is, if it costs them $5 to buy wholesale to stock and they can mark it up to $35, they're going to make $30 per unit. If you have another company that comes along, and we've been in the health food store, and I'd imagine the pharmacies are even worse or even harder to get into than the health food stores. But so if we bring in a product and we'll say we'll sell it to you for $10 and you can mark it up to $35, they make less of a margin, so they're less likely to take your product. Even if it's cleaner, healthier, who knows, it might even taste better. Probably not, because they put all the sugars and synthetics in there, but it could be a better quality product. But if they can make more money on it, they're going to take the products that make more money. So you see this onslaught of all these really low quality products because those cheap ingredients are cheap to source for the manufacturers, so their margins are huge. They can go to the pharmacies, or they can go to the grocery stores or health food stores and say, we'll give you a huge margin if you carry our products. And of course, they got to keep their stores open. And that's what they're built around. So that'll give you some ideas of why you see all those cheap supplements on the rack. So if you go to the dollar store, for example, you'll see Jameson name brand. So understanding the back end of the industry, it's just common sense. Like, it's very clear why those Jameson name brands are carried by the dollar store. So you don't go to the dollar store and buy your supplements. I wouldn't suggest going to Costco, probably not going to the pharmacy, certainly not going to the discount rack. It's on the discount rack for a reason. It's either just about to expire or no one's buying it, probably because it's not working or it's low quality, so they have to blow it out. They're trying to make some money before they have to throw it in the garbage can. And I see all the time people are going to buy Kirkland brand, Jameson brand, or you see like the clearance stickers on their bottles. And like, that's probably not the best quality. So I want you to start paying attention to name brands in particular. We hope we get to a point, like, branding is important, of course. We hope we get to a point where if someone wants something and they see our name brand, true form, or our logo, they know and they believe in our company in our mission that that's a clean product, and then you can grab that and you can put in your cart. Just like when I'm talking about groceries in particular. Like once you start to know name brands, it's not going to take you as long to grocery shop. You know exactly where to go, what aisles, where to find that particular item you're looking for. You see the name brand, you don't have to read the ingredients. You don't have to. You don't even have to check the macros. You just pull it off the shelf, put in your cart, and you go. And once our clients start to get an idea of their meal plan, what they have in their house, and they're going grocery shopping with a list, it's like just like click, check, 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 this is what I got, and they're off, and they're not wasting hours in the grocery store trying to figure out what to buy. That's probably going to be wasted anyways. So I know that's a lot. That's one of my suggestions, is that you should start paying attention to the name brands and not just buying because it's on sale or because you don't know any better. Now you know better, so now you can do better. I wouldn't shop at the dollar store for supplements. I wouldn't buy Jameson name brand. Now, you guys will see now that's a yellow label bottle. Those are usually the cheapest supplements around. I always have to ask myself, if it's that cheap, even with cleaner ingredients, how can they get it so cheap, right? So now Jameson and Kirkland are probably brands that I wouldn't consume, I wouldn't buy. So hopefully that's helpful and saves you time when you go and buy something, and you don't have to look at all the ingredients. You don't have to look at the price. It's not going to be whatever you pay for it. It's not going to be worth that value. Morning, Deanna. Okay. The next one is, we have to look at what you actually need. Like, what is it? Like, what is the benefit that you're looking for? So we have magnesium. Let's just use one of our products. Magnesium's our bestseller. So you look at magnesium and you say, what can it offer? The 4 main reasons people use our magnesium is for chronic pain, sleep, digestion, and energy. So I can be very clear with you about that. Now understand that magnesium has over 300 enzymatic functions in the body. It also works more as an adaptogen. So wherever you're lacking mostly in your body, that's going to show up. So these are the 4 main, but there's other ones is what I'm saying. So for example, if you're lacking sleep and you have a really hard time falling asleep or having a deep sleep, you notice it more than someone that has chronic pain. So they have chronic pain and they start taking magnesium and they're like, well, this helps me more with chronic pain. And someone else says, this helps me more with sleep issues. So it's dependent on the person, because there's so much value or so many different benefits that a magnesium can offer. So that's just an easy one. So of course, if you're looking at a protein, that's an easy one. Like, I need to increase the protein, or I need to help balance my macros. Maybe a coach told you that, or maybe you know that you don't get enough protein in. So you say, I'm going to supplement with a proper protein supplement. You go and buy a protein powder, right? Most people know that. The problem with protein powders is they come with so much other junk and nonsense. Like, you're going to have your rancid oils, you're going to have sucralose, you're going to have coloring, flavoring, preservatives. Like, the protein industry is pretty difficult. Like, it's fully bombarded with really low quality ingredients and products. And then the problem is that they have brought the mindset down so low. It's the same thing with oils. Like, there's so much junk that's low quality. People think it's normal to spend $7 on a bottle of oil, right? It's the same thing. Like, you have those Costco or Popeyes brands. So now, because there's so much junk out there, people think it's normal to buy a huge, and I did it myself when I was in college, but a huge thing of protein for $30. And then we sell 15 servings for $30. And people are like, whoa, why can't I go buy this big giant one? I'll just do that. But that's how the industry has changed our mindsets, to help you believe that that you can get a good quality protein supplement for a really low price and a lot of it. So you have to ask yourself, what else is in it to allow them to have that much volume at such a cheap price? Morning, Holly. And Jody jumped in here as well. Okay, so when you're going to your shop to get your supplements, I wouldn't suggest going to I guess I already said that. I wouldn't suggest going to those certain areas. Like, you're going to a discount rack. I'm going to go see what's on sale, what bargain I can find. When it comes to supplements, you're probably not getting much of a bargain if you're looking for you're definitely not getting a bargain if you're looking for the cheapest ones. But if you're looking for the discount rack, that's you're not going to get what you pay for. You're not going to get the value that you think you're going to get. So I want to take a step back and talk about you're buying supplements for the things that you need, right? So what are the things or what are the benefits that you want, instead of, oh, so-and-so, I hear this all the time, every week. So-and-so told me I should be taking this. What do you think about that? And I'm like, who's so-and-so? Where did they get their information from? And is it valid? Like, is there any research or any more knowledge or understanding about that? Right? If you go to a naturopathic doctor, of course they're going to have more understanding of natural supplements. If you go to a conventional doctor, they're not going to have a deep understanding of natural supplements, unless they have, in most cases they don't, but unless they have some type of research or knowledge behind, but that's very rare. You could go to I asked multiple pharmacists just to see what they would say about magnesium. Very limited understanding, because they're in a different industry, right? They do a very good job at what they do. But I hear all the time people are going to doctors, or let me check with my pharmacist, or what, and that's fine. I'm not telling you shouldn't do that. I'm just saying, would you go to a bakery and ask for tires? Like, it doesn't really make sense. Or you go to the tire shop and say, what cake would you recommend? So you have to go to the right places to purchase, to get your knowledge and understanding. So if somebody said, or if it was a commercial on TV, or if you read in a magazine, right? Like, there has to be some substance to why you're doing the things that you want, or doing the things that you're doing. So that's why we see our cabinets fully cluttered with a bunch of junk and nonsense we don't need. So you're going to start filling your cabinets with better quality. That's what I would suggest first. If you have room, instead of starting to throw everything away, start buying better quality first. Okay, that's number one. And then remove the things that you're not using. Like, if you haven't used it in months or years and probably don't plan on it, then just get rid of it. It's just taking up space, right? So allow room for better quality to come in. And then the third step is for you to start buying for your specific needs. And I know there's different levels of purchasing. I took a course, sales or psychological course, and you have different buyers, right? Like, buyers buy for different reasons. I know we have a good percentage of people that buy on impulse, they buy on sale. Someone told me to buy this, whatever. We're not going to do that anymore. You're going to do some research and understand why you're buying something, instead of grabbing something because it was on sale, because Joey's sister's mom told you should probably start taking that. And understanding that quality. You're going to specific places, not just going to the dollar store, the cheapest place, because the supplements are cheaper there. Those supplements do more damage than good. I actually heard someone say one time, just go and grab this one, something's better than nothing. And I'm like, where did that come from? Like, I really, to my core, I believe quality is always better than quantity. I would rather have far less of just about anything I can think of at the top of my head, to have less of something that's better quality instead of a lot of something that's really low quality. I don't know if that would be value for anything. Maybe something. Rhonda jumped in here. Jessica jumped in here. Karina's in here. Tracy says, I know 3 people that went to a naturopathic doctor, and all 3 doctors told them to stop taking magnesium, and they didn't need it. No, 3 people that went to really? That's crazy. A naturopathic doctor. Interesting. I've never heard that before you said that. That's a tough one for me. Like, you guys know, even if all the research I read wasn't true, over the years that we've been working with magnesium, like, the messages that we get in from people that tell us how magnesium has changed their health and their lives, it would be mind-blowing. And it was when we first started. We're like, holy, we had no idea this is going to work so well, because it worked really well with us. At any rate, yeah, it's mind-blowing. I don't even know what to say about that. I think that there's got to be some lack of knowledge or understanding there. I mean, I can't even think of an instance why someone wouldn't. Like, we know, like, we have clear studies and clear facts, so that's a tough one to That's a tough one. I wonder if it's the same one, the same person. Rebecca says, "What about MLM supplements? I have a few a few supplements from different companies." Yeah, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. I would have to know the company. I would have to look at the ingredients and know more about their values, to be honest with you. I'd like to look at why a company is doing something. Hi, just hanging out.
We're hanging.
Two of you are just, I got my audience here, two of them just staring at me. Hi guys, he looks tired.
Yeah.
Are you tired? Yeah.
Okay, we'll go.
Hi,
Dada.
bye bye. I had this conversation with another business owner, friends, family, and they said that he runs his own business, and he said that he has a 9-year-old granddaughter, and he'd be on a sales call, or he'll be on a Zoom meeting call, and he'll have his daughter in, and she'll be like, I thought this is so cool. She has like a little desk to the side, and she's like has a computer screen and a keyboard. Neither of them work, but she has a different name, like she has a work name, and she like plays work. And I thought, like when we first had him, he's 2 now at the time of this recording, and I was like a bit worried, like, oh, we're not going to be professional, or we're going to have too many interruptions, or it's not going to work out, because I work from home. Well, I shouldn't say obviously. I don't love that. Keep the questions coming. I'll keep answering your questions here before I let you go. We're gonna wrap things up soon though. But I was really worried about, because we work hard, and I take business seriously, even though in most cases we're laughing and joking around. But I thought that was really cool for him to hear that from him, because from what I understand, he's a bigger business. He's been in business for a longer time, and he said at a younger age I would never have done that. I would have been like very serious and like. And at any rate, I guess what I'm saying is I feel like this is life. Like this is our life. We have family popping in to say hi. We have a toddler that screams and runs around, and this is who we are. So I've accepted that, and I feel like most of our audience does. And I guess if our audience doesn't accept that, they probably wouldn't be around. At any rate, side note. Do you have an ingredients list of the things we should stay away from supplements and vitamins? Yes, thank you for bringing that up. I did want to mention that it's free PDF. I don't even need to collect your email address. If you send us a message or comment below and say, can you send me the list of ingredients? I did a whole show on this in the past, so if you want that show, I'll send it to you. We also have a PDF that has 10 of our top ingredients I recommend you guys staying away from. So it's very simple. If you pull up a supplement and you see multidextrin on there, put it back on the shelf. At least that's what I do. You see silicon dioxide, that's a whitener. It's toxic. There's no reason for it to be going into our bodies. The only reason they use it is because they've done split studies on a yellow type of supplement and a white type of supplement. Which one would they choose? Which one do you think they choose? The white one. It looks cleaner, purer. I guess it doesn't look more natural, but the white one won out in every study they did. So they put a chemical in there, or a toxic in there, to whiten it. So now you see that across the board in many supplements. But I have a whole list. If anyone wants that, comment below and we'll hook you up. But you're going to have to say, send me the toxic supplement list or something. Don't just say yes or send it to me, because we're not going to know what you're talking about after this is over with. What was I saying? But the MLM companies. To be honest with you, I'm not a huge fan. And we're making some changes. We're making some big changes. This is gonna be our biggest year by far of growth and changes and adjustments. Some people are gonna enjoy our changes, and some aren't. That's just life. Like, we have to grow. We're not a struggling small business anymore. We are growing quickly, and we're doing everything we can to keep up. We have the interest, like, we have your best interest in mind. Your quality will never change. Our customer service will not change. But we have to make some tough decisions for growth. And if we don't do that, we'll stay small forever. So it's going to be scary. It's going to be challenging. It's going to be a ton of work, but we're in it for the long haul. So we have to make these changes for you guys. And I think there's going to be a lot of appreciation there, but you can never make people don't like change, and you can never make everyone happy. It's impossible. So not everyone's gonna love everything that we do this year, but I think for the most part, it'll be good. So MLM companies, I'm not a big fan. Oh, I guess what I was thinking about changing, like, what do we like? We have a couple different avenues to go. One of them was turning our company into MLM. That's not really something that aligns with my beliefs and values. Unfortunately, a lot of those companies are lower quality. Not all of them. I'm not going to list or call out which ones. I mean, I can't, like some of those shake companies that are like, don't eat any food, just drink our shakes. Like, you guys, if you know me or heard any of these shows, you probably know how I feel about that. But I'm not a big fan of MLM companies because it seems to me, because of their pay structure and their scale, they need to put more time and effort into the marketing and the back end than the actual product. I see a lot of low quality MLM companies that are selling the dream of you working for yourself and making money more than they put in the quality of their product. So that's how I feel about them. But if it was for me in particular and I was looking at some of them, I would have to read the ingredients of every one of them, which is what I do before I buy anything. My family doctor just told me to make sure I take magnesium daily. Awesome. That's great. They obviously know what they're talking about. Jelane's in St. John. Forgot about the time change. LOL. All good. It's been like a week, hasn't it? Just catching up. You've been an hour behind all week. Send me the, yeah, Miranda will send you the list, Sandy will send you the list, and Bev will send you the list as well. Yeah, no problem. And what else did I want to do? I'm gonna do a quick, I told you guys that, should I do it now? Do you guys want me to do it live now? Giveaway now, or after? Let me know in the comments, quick. Giveaway now or after? It'll take me a few minutes to do the giveaway. Put your names in. We don't change our time ever, so I forget. Other people do. Oh, where are you? Where do you live? Oh, St. John? Did you say? Hi from St. John. You don't change your times in St. John? Miranda says now. Keisha will send you the list. Keisha, how have you been? Wheel of names. Okay, wheel of names. And then, okay, you guys will have to help me out if I miss someone. If anyone's in here watching. So Tracy posted hers. I'd like to do a bit more around brand partners and distributors. That's an avenue we're entertaining this year. If anyone is interested in carrying our products, if you have some friends or family members, I got Starlight in here. If you have friends or family members buying with you, you can save money. Save money on shipping. You can save money by buying a bit more quantity. You don't have to put in monthly orders. It's not something that Hilda, it's my mom. It's not something that we talk about too much. It's not an area that we really pushed for growth. Laura, but that's an avenue this year we're going to entertain more. So if anyone's watching and you want to consider carrying our products, you can make some money on the side. Not an MLM. Lisa. Then let us know. Colleen. Oh no, that's not a picture. And Natalie didn't put a picture up. I did look at this real quick. A couple things I'll add here before I let you guys go is, what do I see here? Omegas is something I wanted to mention because I know a lot of people have those in their cupboards and cabinets. Your Omegas, here's an unfortunate fact, is that if you have Omegas that don't need to be, like fish oils that don't need to be stored in the fridge, they're rancid. Many, like your Kirkland, many of those really cheap, low quality, those really cheap fish oils that come from those low quality companies. I shouldn't say that. Like Costco has some really good quality stuff. I think their meats are pretty good. I think like sometimes they need like special packaging. They require special packaging, so sometimes they only take better quality types of stuff. So they have quality products. It's just when it comes to supplements, I see very low. I don't go through all of them, of course, but I see very low quality supplements when I go there. So I don't love the Kirkland brand when it comes to supplements. So your fish oil, if it doesn't need to be stored in the fridge, your fish oil should also be in a dark container, right? Not plastic, and not on the shelf. It's just like it's an oil. Your oil, like the sun, negatively affects your oils. So your oils, all of your oils need to be stored in a dark, cool place. Not your MCT oil, not refrigerated, but your fish oil needs to be refrigerated. If it's plastic, clear bottle, if it doesn't need to be refrigerated, rancid. That's causing inflammation, which causes chronic pain, probably digestion issues. So if you have any fish oils that's sitting in the back of the cupboard, and you haven't used them for months or years, I can safely say you're better off tossing that out. I'm not a big fan of multivitamins. Multivitamins usually have additives and fillers, and they usually have a really low concentration of every vitamin. Like there's just so little that there's such a small amount because they jam pack so much in. You don't get enough of it to make a difference in your health. So, like, obviously, not obviously. Sorry, I don't like that word, but Centrum nonsense, Flintstone Kids nonsense, like those mainstream ones that have billions on and they're able to advertise on TV, usually probably not the best idea. So I would not choose multivitamin if it was me. Not telling you shouldn't. You make your own choice. Brandon says great info about omegas. You're welcome. Thanks for letting me know. And then, so, okay, now I see, this is really helpful because now I can see what you're actually having in your cupboards. If you're having a D, you need a T. I see a D, that's Kirkland. I'd probably stay away from that. But if you're having a D, it's got to be with a K2. Otherwise, we got to look at calcification. If you want the calcification show, if you didn't see it, comment below and we'll send you that show. Again, I need a full sentence. Please send me the calcification show. I talked about why you need K2 with D to avoid calcification. You need a driver to take that D to the places it should go. Of course, with this D, I see a magnesium. If you're taking a D without a magnesium, you're not absorbing the D. Okay? So, probably not Kirkland and probably not, the other thing is probably not a pill. I would take a liquid as often as possible. It absorbs better. So I would try to get, which we do, we get our D and K in liquid form, not pill form. So hopefully that's helpful. And hopefully you guys don't feel like I'm calling you out here when I'm reading your stuff. I just want to help you out. I guess you wouldn't post if you didn't want help. Some of the stuff I obviously don't know what is. I don't know all the supplements. And like I said, I read ingredients for everything that we purchase. I see a zinc here in pill form. I would take and do take zinc in liquid, more absorbable. Here's a pill that's DK2, great. Level up with liquid. I don't know what that DE3 is, but and then this one here, I'll look at. I'm not saying your names because I don't want to call you out or make you feel like. I don't want to make you feel bad. Okay, that just looks like a lot. Just looks like a lot to me. And I think that if we were to really look at people's cabinets, if everyone showed, I feel like most people would have tons of vitamins that they probably don't use, that's stuck in the back of the cupboard, that's old, expired. Like, you know, when your pills are like stuck at the bottom or like stuck together and you gotta like bang them out. I've been there too. Like, those can probably be tossed. I would look at food. I would look at food before more supplementation. So I feel like a lot of people try to out supplement a bad diet. Oh, sorry, you guys are probably waiting for the giveaway. Shoot. So I got Tracy, Miranda, Starla, Hilda, Laura, and Lisa. That's all I see. If anyone posted and is with us, let me know. If I miss you, my apologies. We'll try to add you in the next one. But I feel like we try to out supplement a bad diet. I would look at food first. That's how we're always been, even though we sell supplements. You need to have a solid foundation of food and then you supplement in. So a lot of people don't eat anything and they're like, oh, I'll just supplement, right? So some of these supplements that I see you could probably get a better food source. It's more digestible, absorbable, utilizable for your body. At any rate, I think that's probably enough. about that. And that's it. Oh, but then there was I don't know this brand. This is a multi-level. No idea. I'd have to go through it and look at all the ingredients and their sourcing. Probably not, but a quick. Rhonda says, "Send me the vitamin D and K video." So the title will be calcification. What omega-3s do you recommend? That's a tough one. I don't recommend omegas. We eat fish regularly, so we eat fish. We love all types of fish. I really like shrimp. I'm a salmon. I like to get my omegas from food. I think that the sourcing from omegas is really low quality. I think that most are rancid. It's a really tough one, and then I also supplement with chia seeds, which is, I believe, the only seed you can get that's heavily omega-3. Most is 6 or 9. So I take chia seeds almost daily, and then we have fish in our diet on a regular basis with chlorella. That's super important to detox any hard metals. That's something else you'd probably be concerned about. If you're taking a fish oil, you'd want to take a fish oil pill or supplement. You would want to take a chlorella with it. But I don't recommend omegas right now until I find a really good one. It's super hard to find. And then Brienne says, liquid zinc D K2 are in my cupboard. Also activated charcoal, liquid mag, chlorella, spirulina, part of my regimen. Awesome, Brienne. Yeah, that's fantastic. Yes, okay. Oh, sorry. Okay, I'm gonna do the giveaway and I'm out of here. Can I spin this? I'll spin my computer. Can you guys see this? Okay. Hopefully you can see that. Who we got? Winner, winner, winner! Did it stop? Yes, Starla, we're gonna hook you up with a bottle of liquid mag. So, we'll send you a message. I don't think you're here. I haven't seen your name pop up. So, anyway, I'm out of here. Thank you guys so much for joining live. We appreciate it if you're watching the replay as well. Let us know in the comments if you are watching the replay. And that's it. Let me know if you guys are enjoying the theme week. We've been picking one topic and talking about it throughout the week, with a few other posts sprinkled in, but we have a couple others coming up. What do we have? I'm going to talk about MCT oil in particular and probably tie in arthritis. And then we're going to do protein powders. I think we're going to do a deep dive into protein powders and give you guys a better understanding of what you should be buying, if you should be taking. Like a lot of people think you should only be buying or using protein if you want to build muscle. That's a myth. That's a lie. We're going to probably bust some myths there. So MCT oil, protein powders coming up in the next couple weeks. So if you guys have recommendations for shows or topics, let us know. I would love that. It'd be nice to know more about what you want and how we can help in that regard. Have a great day, everyone, and we'll see you soon. Bye.